wait the opening face-off with Ken Dryden to our left in the nets for Montreal. Roger Crozier playing in goal for Buffalo. Danny, here we go.
And Dick, the loss of Robert has to hurt Buffalo offensively. Now Lemaire firing it into Buffalo territory. There is the hero of the first game. Gare over to Luce. He runs into Robinson. Gare boarded by Lambert. And now Lemaire. You notice there Lambert and Gare getting sticks up at each other. Now Tremblay clears it to the right side. Over on the other wing it goes for Buffalo's Gare. And he takes the long shot into Dryden. Savard poked it ahead up and by Luce. And Savard recovers for Montreal. Ahead to Tremblay, winding up for the shot. He's away wide. Now Korab clears it out. Here's Luce into the center ice area. Ramsey just cleared it in delicately on the left side. And Robinson starting out. Now Robinson ahead to Risebrough. He lost it. And Gare is back at the Buffalo line. Over to Ramsey on the right side. Luce coming in and Robinson to Lambert. Over to Tremblay on the right wing at center. And they're checking rather closely in the opening minute of this first period of the second game. Now the teams are making changes while the play goes on. It's Stanfield playing out there with Carroll and Richard Martin. There's Martin on the left side. He's coming in, and Savard knocked it away at the last split second. Gainey clearing it down the ice. Goes wide of the goal, and it is icing against Montreal.
There's Larry Carrier, Montrealer, ex of Loyola College, and a draft pick a couple of years ago of the Sabres, who are playing without Robert. We'll just review that situation for you because it is a big one, of course. He reported sick this morning, suffering from the flu, did not skate, worked out in the warm-up, and decided he couldn't make it go.
Now Martin shoots it, and Lapointe got in front of it. Here's Lafleur starting down on the right wing, and a penalty coming up. High sticking will be the charge. It was high sticking, all right. The referee put his arm into the air, but that was to indicate a stick above the shoulder making contact with the puck. So there's no penalty in the face-off to the left of Dryden. Buffalo, everybody up for the draw. And we're going to have them chased out as often in this game tonight as we had on Sunday. Now Canadians, Lemaire into the center ice area, drills the shot. And it went off Gavrima over the glass in behind Crozier.
Canadians in their practice yesterday, they had a scrimmage session for about a half hour, and Scotty Bowman had his lines mixed up all the way through. He says he wanted to try some new combinations. He has Lemaire centering Lafleur and Gainey right here against Perreault, Martin, and Fred Stanfield, who's taken over from the ailing René Robert.
Now Gainey back to Savard on the right side. Savard trying to follow in, and Perreault has it. He's being watched carefully. He's bodied by Gainey. Now Gavrima. Carrier up on the left side for Perreault. Gainey right on top of him again. Gainey to Lafleur. Down to the Buffalo line, working in on the left side, and dumped it into the corner. There's Martin running into Lemaire. Martin went down. Carrier playing it up. Robinson in for Lafleur. He swung it back toward the corner. Now Gavrima. Ahead it goes to Martin trying to get in front to Gavrima. His shot is very weak. And it rolled into Dryden, and he held on.
Well, Kenny Dryden did not enjoy a very happy afternoon here on Sunday. None of the Canadians did, of course. And on this last play, it was Gavrima who let the shot go. Not that much of a shot after Robinson had got a piece of Martin. Gavermont followed in on the play, and Dryden covered up on the play in the goal crease area. That's the first shot of the game.
Another big game on tap tonight. The Islanders in Philadelphia. Nothing to report as yet. Back to Schoenfeld. Kicked back to the line by Dryden. Here's Mahovlich coming in over the line. He's going right in on goal. And it's knocked away finally with Cournoyer. He was feeding in there on the left side. Schoenfeld playing it up on the wing. There's a shot wide by Jim Roberts. Lorentz clearing it out. Roberts beating it ahead. And Cournoyer couldn't negotiate contact on that. And it is icing against Montreal.
We have another warm-up situation to report. We had Robert trying it here and feeling ill and quitting. And we have a report that Bernie Perron of the Flyers was injured in the pregame warm-up at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. No further details on that one.
Now McNabb on the draw. Roberts starting out into the center ice area. Cournoyer dashing in. Crozier clearing it up on the left side. Now it's at the line. Schutt keeping it in. Fires the shot. Schoenfeld got in front of it, and it came out over the line. There's Schoenfeld for Buffalo inside the line. Up on the wing to Spencer. And he hit Cournoyer with it. Cournoyer cleared it. It was away ahead of Schutt. Now then Spencer ran into Cournoyer. It's scooped in by McNabb of Buffalo. He's watching Don Orey. Here's Orey coming out with Schutt and Peter Mahovlich. Schutt has it. Tremblay moves up to go to the corner, and Crozier knocked it away. Buffalo coming out with McNabb. He's down to the line, over the line. Height is getting in front. They send it right in front of the net, and it goes to the wing. Risebrough digging back for Montreal, fakes the shot, trying to get through there. Gavermont knocked it away. Tremblay, a weak backhand shot. Gavermont into the corner for Ramsey. He's bodied by Lambert. Now Lorentz shoving on the board against Bouchard, and the play is stopped.
Canadians using Bouchard. He did not get on the ice on Sunday's game. Jimmy Roberts has also played defense here so far early in this first period. So it would appear as though Coach Bowman is going back to the sixth defenseman routine.
Face off to the right of Crozier. Now Risebrough around the net, getting it back. The point takes the shot, and it's blocked. Here's Luce breaking away. Luce coming in on the left side. They take another shot, and Dryden drops Danny Gare on the rebound. Two big saves there of gigantic proportions by Dryden.
Danny, you mentioned on Sunday about the anticipation of this fellow Don Luce. He made a perfect play right there at his own line. Got the shot away. He wasn't perhaps as close as he wanted to be. There's the rebound, and Dryden made, I think, actually a better stop off Danny Gare as he hung tough and then covered up on the rebound, second rebound. And Luce supposed to be a defensive player. He scored something like 59 goals his last 2 years and 33 this year.
Cournoyer moved prematurely, and that's the reason why the whistle sounded. And the face-off, Luce got it right onto the target, but Dryden was there. Cournoyer is dumped. There's the shot by Gare. Back at the line. Gavermont over to Height. His shot is wide. There's Gavermont going in, and Sather chopped it down the ice. Richard after it. He beat his man Height to it. No icing. Cleared up on the right side. Down the ice it goes, and there's Dryden clearing it over on the right wing. Ramsey fanned on the shot. It's the point. Having difficulty. Back passing it to Richard over the line. Sather took it, and it's called to the offside. 14:37 remain in the first period. Buffalo at this stage out shooting Montreal 4-0. And there's an indication that the Flyers had scored against the Islanders. 1-0 in the first period for Philadelphia. No score here at the auditorium in Buffalo to the right side. Stanfield going after it. Gets it back to Schoenfeld. And the play is stopped.
Danny, we mentioned that Bernie Parent was injured. I can tell you Wayne Stevenson's playing goal because he assisted on the first goal of the game. It was Don Selesky from Stevenson and Ted Harris. And the Flyers into a 1-0 lead over the Islanders. Well, there's Freddie Stanfield, who, as Danny pointed out, has the job of playing on the right side with Carroll and Martin.
Gainey a backhander. It's wide. Stanfield after Gainey in the corner. Korab going in there too. Lemire trying to get it loose. It hops loose to Gainey. Now Perreault swings it to the left side. Martin couldn't get it away from Savard. Schoenfeld over to Korab. Martin got away from Lafleur at center. He's in over the line. Spun around by Lafleur. The referee's arm is up this time, Dick, and it's definitely a penalty to Lafleur at Montreal for hooking, I should imagine.
Well, Lafleur and Rick Martin, any bets, Danny, that they won't be the two wingers on the first team All-Star team when it's announced after the playoffs? Hooking the call, I would imagine, on Guy Lafleur as he hauls down Richard Martin. So the first power play opportunity of the night falls to the Sabres.
And the tough question, who will be the center on that line?
Take your pick. Espo or Gilbert? Gilbert Perreault. I think Esposito will get it.
Well, Buffalo on the power play. They have Perreault, Stanfield, Martin, Gabrima, and Korab. There's Martin in on the left side, winds up off LaPointe's stick over the glass. Dick, it's a good thing neither one of us suffers from claustrophobia. This is the highest broadcast perch in the entire NHL. What is it, 100 feet?
I didn't count it, Danny. I didn't measure it.
I'm assuming you do not suffer from it. You're showing no ill effects, Dick.
The escalators save me. You take the stairs. I take the escalator.
That's one taking the high road, one taking the low road. 1 minute and 46 seconds left in the penalty. Now it's back to Korab. Korab got it in behind the net. Dryden for Savard. Perreault's going to keep it in. A back pass goes to Gabrima. He shoots it, and he hits Stanfield with it. There's Don Orey fighting furiously. He couldn't get it. Perreault, good move to get away from Savard. Over on this side to Korab. And Dryden cleared it to Roberts on the right side. Dryden very alert on that maneuver. Now 1 minute and 12 seconds left in the Lafleur penalty. Here comes Perreault starting out over the line with Stanfield and Martin. Perreault, good moves. In over the line. Perreault trying to get it in front. Here's Perreault again, and he missed it. Comes to the side of the net. Roberts turning to shake off Stanfield. Perreault dropping it back, intercepted by LaPointe. Now it's Gabrima up on the wing. It goes to Stanfield. Stanfield at the line with Perreault. He couldn't get by Savard, who rolled it back into Buffalo territory. Scotty Bowman making a change. Lemire is on the ice. Savard comes off. Here's Stanfield at center, shooting it off to the corner. Martin racing in, and it goes to the other side. Lemire ahead with Sather. Lemire turning on the wing. Don Orey over on this side to LaPointe. He hit McNabb with it. Now Lorentz coming in on the right wing. Don Orey takes over for Montreal and clears it to center. And Lafleur is out of the penalty box. Korab shot away wide. Here's McNabb centering it. And it almost went in off Lafleur. Dryden had to be quick. Now they try to center it. LaPointe ahead to Sather. He can't clear it out. McNabb back into the corner to Lorenz. He centered it. Here's McNabb trying to get in front. Height takes a shot. Right on. Free shot. A scramble in front of the net. And they hold it out. That shot got through, Dick.
There'll be a replay. 15 seconds.
There's no score with 11:24 left in the first period. The big story of the game to this point has been the work of Ken Dryden in the Montreal Nets. Canadians have been outshot 8-0. Dryden has made some excellent stops. That last scramble, McNabb having a pretty good chance on that deflection. Danny, once again, the Sabres, as they did so often Sunday, beating the Canadians to the puck, taking it away from them in their own zone, or at least preventing them from clearing it.
There's the shot from McNabb, and he didn't miss by much to the open side. Spencer behind the net, bumped by Bouchard. Bouchard to shot, and he cleared it out. No score in the first period. 11-11 remaining. Height shoots it in on the left wing. There's Bouchard with it. Sabres again forechecking. Shutt going after a wink-wide pass. Carrier to the board. Lawrence giving it off to Height. He played it up on the left side, and Spencer couldn't get it. Bouchard touches it, and that is icing against the Sabres.
We have a report from Philadelphia on the Bernie Perron situation. He was hit just below the knee by a puck during the warm-up. He has gone to hospital for X-ray examination of his knee. And the score is 1-0 in the first period, with Selesky scoring the goal for Philadelphia. But Bernie Perron has been injured, and he is gone for the night, apparently.
Montreal Canadiens looking for their first shot on goal. They have the face-off now to their advantage to the left of Crozier as we take a look at the Buffalo bench. Risebrough against Lutz. And the face-off back to the point to Roberts. In off the boards, near the boards, and Sean fell to Ramsey. And he cleared it to center. Roberts pumped it back in. On the move is Risebrough after Ramsey. They go to the corner. Gare in there to help out, and he hands it off to Lutz. Lutz coming up. Back to Gare on the right side. Gare shoots it off the glass. He's covered by Don Orey. Now the Sabres, Ramsey. Ramsey into the corner. Gives it to Lutz. Lutz back to Ramsey. Ramsey turning, getting set. Gives it to Lutz. His pass high into the air. And the Canadians with Lambert and Tremblay. Lambert off the board, going in against Schoenfeld. And Korak cleared it. Tremblay's shot hit Ramsey. Schoenfeld tying up Lambert in the corner. Now Tremblay goes in there. Going after Lutz. You're the man of music, Dick. What is the organist playing?
I wish you hadn't asked me that, Daddy. I've been trying to figure it out. You'll never know. You'll never know just how much I love you. Well, Tremblay and Luce involved there. Again, one of those things with an innocent start, and they go to the penalty box. Don Luce has gone to the penalty box and received a 5-minute major penalty for fighting, and the chap who dispenses trivia in the broadcast and press area here at the Buffalo Auditorium tells us this is the first time that Don Luce has been involved in a fight in Buffalo while he has been playing for the Sabres. Tremblay was the one who wanted to fight, and Luce, when he realized that was what was happening, went at Tremblay. So the team's back in action.
No score. First period. Up on the wing. Martin trying to get it. They jam in there. Finally, Perreault to Stanfield. He goes to center. Back to Perreault, dashing in on that right side. Perreault goes to the corner, centered it. Now Stanfield has it a shot. And Dryden taking no chances on that, although the angle was very, very sharp.
Canadians still have not had a shot on goal. It's still 8-0 in that department in favor of Buffalo.
9 minutes and 30 seconds remain in the first period. Out of your picture, Korab and Schoenfeld there across the line. Perreault to the corner, couldn't get it. Martin a shot. That was a lame duck shot, nothing on it. And Gainey cleared it out through the center. Korab plays it to the left side. Now Savard ahead to Gainey, trying to get clear on the left wing. Tied up by Perreault, and it'll be a holding penalty against Perreault.
No argument from Perreault on the play as he hauled down Bob Gainey. The Canadians killed a penalty to Lafleur earlier in this period. This is now the first Montreal chance at a power play. Hooking is the call on number 11, Gilbert Perreault of the Sabres. So Montreal now with the man advantage. 9:12 remaining, as you see. We're in the first period, still no score.
So an opportunity now for Montreal to utilize their power play. And toward that end, Coach Bowman sends out Mahavlich, Lafleur, Lambert. They're up front. Lemaire back along with Lapointe. Lemaire has it. Ahead to Lambert. He bounces it in there. Into the corner on the left side. Schoenfeld lugs it out for Buffalo. Goes to center. Playing it back. Lafleur after it. And Ramsey up on the left side for Stanfield. And that is an offside pass.
Just to recap the injury situation, the Sabres without Rick Dudley, who has a bad knee, likely he is lost to them for the balance of this series. He's hobbling around on crutches. Jerry Desjardins, the goaltender, hurt in the first minute the other day, not in uniform tonight. Murray Wilson of the Canadians underwent surgery this morning in Montreal. He is definitely through for the year because of the knee injury he suffered in practice last Saturday.
Now it's Lemaire leading a four-man attack. Clearing it in. Lambert racing in. Now Rozier had trouble at center right in front of the net. Ramsey knocked it behind the net. Schoenfeld goes crawling. Lambert to Peter Mahavlich. Mahavlich shot to Lapointe. He tried desperately to keep it in, but he couldn't. Now then Lapointe ahead it goes to Lambert. He missed it. Ramsey back at his own line. Shoots it to the center. Lapointe again for Montreal off the board. Canadians seem confused on the power play, as has been the case so often in recent weeks. Now it's Schoenfeld shooting it down the ice. Then we have less than a minute to go. 45 seconds left in the Perreault penalty. Now Lapointe ahead to Peter Mahavlich through center. He hits the Buffalo line, over the line, and it's called on the offside.
Veteran Roger Crozier, number one of the Sabres, pressed into action when Desjardins was injured here on Sunday. After the game, while he usually sits around, is very gracious with the press, he was showered, dressed, and gone when everybody arrived in the Buffalo dressing room. They said, why? He said, listen, my heart was pumping all through the game. It would have been pumping more once the guys started to ask the questions, so he took off.
Richard is now at center. Schott and Cournoyer on the wing. Savard and Lapointe, regular defensemen, they are on the points, and here's Savard to Cournoyer, who scooped it in. Richard going in after Schoenfeld. They jam in on the boards. It gets loose, but by the time it came loose, the whistle had sounded. We have 21 seconds left in Perreault's penalty.
Shard leaving the ice. I don't know what the ooh and the ah is for in the crowd. I think he has been cut, yes. Pocket Rocket has been cut. Jerry Korab looking on from in front of the Buffalo bench, but the crowd buzzing over Richard. Cut down there.
No score. First period, 7:32 left. Back it goes to the point of free-shotting around Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld was going down. He got his leg up. And that puck ricocheted over the glass. I don't think it hit anybody else. And they're keeping the face-off inside the Buffalo line.
Peter Point scored twice for Montreal Sunday, once on a power play, once while his team was shorthanded. He has 5 goals in the playoffs so far. But strangely enough, when you consider LaPointe in his record, no assists.
Stanfield and Ramsey up front. Korab and Schoenfeld on defense for Buffalo. LaPointe again fakes the shot. Over to Savard. Savard shooting it in front. Rozier kicked it away from Cournoyer. That is the first shot on goal for Montreal in this period. LaPointe starting out on the left side, ahead to Cournoyer. He's cutting in, and he's called on the offside.
Now, Evan Cournoyer, you mentioned it on Sunday. He was involved in several plays Sunday that resulted in Montreal offsides. Scotty Bowman wasn't arguing about the offsides. Afterwards, he admitted that it cost his team, but they can do a lot better than that. The Roadrunner had not a bad game on Sunday.
Face-off inside the Canadiens' line. They're now playing 6-a-side. Although Tremblay and Luce are in the penalty box working on their majors. Peter Mahovlich shooting it in, and shot with just a stride across the Buffalo line. Right now, the Sabres are shooting Montreal 9-1 with 6:58 left in the first period.
And the first Montreal shot came at the 12:38 mark.
Philadelphia won the Islanders, no score. Dryden clearing it to shot. There's Roberts behind the Montreal net. With Cournoyer, Mahovlich, and Scott. Long lead pass, it went right down to Crozier. And Spencer laid it behind the net. Carrier, the former Loyolian, spun away from Peter Mahovlich. Got it up, and Laurent couldn't get it. Here's Mahovlich coming in on that right side. Mahovlich again is stopped in his tracks by the sound of an offside whistle.
Coming up now in the first intermission in a few minutes, Howie Meeker will be analyzing this period, looking at highlights with Dave Hodge. Dave Reynolds will be chatting with Jerry Desjardins, the injured Buffalo goaltender. And you're going to see the Sabres in a fantastic hockey exhibition as they play a team of girls.
Ori to Roberts. Ahead, Mahovlich flipped it. Carrier couldn't hit McNabb, and Roberts cleared it out. Now Cournoyer coming in on the right side. Cournoyer centered it. And off Carrier's stick, McNabb for Laurent. Laurent shooting it in, and this time it's Spencer, number 21, offside for the Sabres.
Well, Jim Lawrence has turned into a handy guy for this Buffalo hockey team. He scored one of the goals on Sunday afternoon. He was on the Boston Stanley Cup winner in '70. He has played for the Bruins, the Blues, the Rangers very briefly. He's been in Buffalo for the last 3.5 seasons. And he had his best year from a point standpoint with a total of 70.
Richard Dick has gone to the auditorium clinic with a towel on his forehead, led by trainer Bob Williams, who tried to pick up information on his injury. Cournoyer jammed into the play by Schoenfeld. Mahovlich shot it to the other side. Sweeping it out was Laurent. Now Sather in his own zone. Out it goes to Mahovlich. No score, first period. And it's rather strange that that situation should exist at this stage in the period between these two teams. Now it's Mahovlich back on the right wing. Cournoyer back to get it. They're definitely playing it much more cautiously, certainly the Canadians. Gainey shooting it into the corner in front of the net. Richard Martin coming up on the right side. Martin and Gainey were mixing it out. Korab cleared it out. Now then Robinson flicked it into the corner. Korab from behind the net. His pass goes out to center. Canadians trying to stay up on top of the Sabres. Now the Sabres Martin over the other side. Harrell couldn't come up with it. Lemaire back to Robinson to Savard. Savard to Lemaire. It's stopped by Korab, and he cleared it into the Canadian zone. Here's Perreault against Gainey. Savard cuts from behind the net. Harrell is after him. It goes to the other side. Morad back in. Harrell trying to center it. Now then, Gainey out over his own line. Gives it to Lemaire. Winds up for the shot. The rebound. And Schoenfeld cleared it up on the wing. Martin. Again, Savard. Lafleur a long, weak shot. Morad. The other side, Robinson to the point. There's the shot. Out it comes. Danfield to Martin over the line. Martin getting set. Centered it. And it went behind Perrault. Lafleur coming back for Montreal. Knocked away by Schoenfeld. Here's Martin turning on the left wing. Through center. Over the line with Perrault. Martin cleared it in front. And Savard hands it off to Lafleur. He winds up along the shot again. There's the rebound. Risebrough almost knocked it home, but Crozier came up with it. Face off to the right of Crozier. Risebrough against Luce. Gabremont laying it to the corner. Out it comes to Luce. He comes to center with Ramsey and Gare. Off a stick to the other side. Corralled outside the line. Offside. It's the Sabres. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first period.
Well, there is Danny Gare, the hero of the piece on Sunday afternoon. A lot of people said Justice Triumph because it was Gare's stick that deflected Lemaire's tying goal into the net in that last minute of play, and he got the winner in overtime.
And Gare, the native of Nelson, B.C., tremendously popular here in Buffalo. I think he has the biggest fan club among the players. Now there's Gare. He waited too long. He was waiting for Luce to get onside, and Lambert took it, gave it to Bouchard. That's broken up by Ramsey. Here's Gare dashing into the corner against Bouchard. In there goes Risebrough. He missed it the first time. Bouchard and Risebrough. He's shot by Gare. They get a hold of each other. Fairly good right hands from close quarters, Dick.
Those Montreal rookies, Tremblay and Risebrough, have been involved in the two fights. That time it was Risebrough jumping the Buffalo rookie, Danny Gare. Two helmeted youngsters, and all of this comes with 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in this scoreless first period. Here's how it all began along the boards to the left of Dryden in the Montreal zone. Gare is 18, Risebrough is 8. It starts with an elbow from Risebrough to Gare. A push back from Gare, and away they go. Now, while this is going on, and we're showing you the replay, there is a little bit more of pushing and shoving going on as we return to the live action down in the Canadian zone. And Danny, I was watching the monitor, but I think it looks like Luce and is it Lambert?
It was Luce and Bouchard. They had a hold of each other. No damage inflicted. Certainly no damage discernible from this distance.
The Canadians are getting the damage on the penalty board. Risebrough is getting 2 minors, and Gare is getting 1. So Risebrough gets a double minor for fighting. Gare gets a 2-minute penalty. Well, there you see it at the bottom of your screen. 4 minutes, the Canadians assessed, and 2 minutes, the number 18, Gare of the Sabres. For those of you who have just joined us and may have noticed that the French connection was without René Robert, he is ill. He is suffering from the flu. tried it in the pregame warm-up, did not feel well at all, and was a late scratch from the Buffalo lineup. Just to show you what that means to the Sabres, in the last 15 games between these two teams, going back to last season, Rene Robert has scored 14 goals against Montreal.
Face off inside the Canadiens line. Height has it, feeds it in front off the board. Ramsey. Here's Ramsey giving it to Height. They score! Loose!
The folks here in Buffalo are not booing. They're just saying loose, loose. And Don Luce has given the Sabres a 1-0 lead as the Canadiens are beaten on a face-off in their own zone. The shot from Height is stopped by Dryden, but Luce is all alone in front. Look at that. Dryden down. Luce does a good job of hoisting it the only place he could. He put it up high with Dryden flat on the ice, and the Sabres have taken a 1-0 lead. So Don Luce, number 20, scores the first goal of this game, his second of the playoffs. 1-0 Buffalo.
Lemaire getting it back to Lafleur. Here is the announcement on the goal. Don Luce, who has been a rather active man in this first period. Lafleur down on the right side, trying to get by Schoenfeld. They slide into the net. Height and Ramsey getting the assist on the goal by Luce. Ramsey feeding it to the corner. Luce bumping in there with Robinson. Lemaire comes up with it. Ahead to Lafleur. Lafleur down with Savard, over to Savard, trying to get in front. Still with it. To Lafleur. He shoots it. And it was blocked by Schoenfeld. Ahead to Luce. He's flattened by Robinson. Now it's Savard in over the line. Giving it to Lemaire. Lemaire, a neat pass to Savard. Takes the shot off Schoenfeld. Now it goes to Lemaire. Lemaire getting set. Still has it. Loses it. Robinson over on this side to Lafleur. It's intercepted. And Luce clears it up on the right side. Ramsey. Robinson got a piece of him. Here's Lemaire with that in his deep. Lemaire again. Into the center ice area. The long, deep shot. Rozier to Martin. Buffalo leading 1-0. Here's Bob Gainey making a move. The point one Buffalo shot. Carrier cleared it to his center. Down the ice it goes. Don Orey after it, and it's icing against Buffalo.
The Buffalo goal was scored at the 17:20 mark. Luce from Height and Ramsey. And there it is. 1:05 left right now. 1-0. The Sabres leading. Gare has 15 seconds remaining on his minor penalty. Risebrough will be in there for 2:15. More or less.
The Havlich against Miro. Canadians with the point. Corey playing up into the corner. Carrier. 1 minute left in the first period. 1-0 Buffalo. Martin into the center area. Still with it. Martin to the top line. Rips the shot, but Dryden had that one taped all the way. The point clearing it off the board. Down the ice it goes. Canadians are now short-handed. Risebrough working on his second minor. He has 1 minute and 45 seconds left. Now then, Gabriel leading the power play. Up it goes to Gare into Perro. Here's Perro. Hill still with it, trying to center it. Laid it behind the net. Martin has it, trying to get it in front. And here's Gainey coming out at center for Montreal. Losing it to Martin. Martin coming in over the line. Martin getting semi-fired and a hot shot. Juggled and held by Dryden. Canadians clear it down the ice. That's going to be the end of the period. 2 seconds. There's the shot by Korab, and the period ends.
Sabres lead 1-0. Shots on goal in the first period by Montreal 5 and by the Sabres 14 from the Memorial Auditorium in Buffalo, the Stanley Cup playoffs. And I have just been told that the Flyers have now upped their lead to 2-0. They are in the second period. Bill Barber, the second goal getter for Philadelphia.
And the second period underway on the power play. Buffalo, they're starting out led by Perro. He's down to the line. Whistles the low shot wide. Stanfield slapped on it. Gabriel shot. He's wide. and it's off the boards down the ice with Korab after it. We have Gabremont, Korab, Harrell, Martin, and Stanfield on the power play for Buffalo. Savard, Roberts, LaPointe, and Ori defending for the Canadians. Martin slapping it in. Dryden cleared it back to Roberts. He's bumped by Stanfield. Now here's Martin taking Korab's pass right in front. Perreault tried to deflect it in. With Dryden getting over to the short side. Perreault centered it. Now it's back to the point. Korab. And it hits Savard. Finally, it ends up in behind the Buffalo players' bench.
That goal in Philadelphia, Barber from Schultz, 2:39. 2-0 Flyers over the Islanders in the second period.
"14 seconds remaining in the Riseborough penalty. Lemaire got it back to Don Ori, and he shoots it to the Buffalo line. There's Korab ahead on the left side for Martin. Martin turning, now coming to the Canadiens line, trying to shake off the point, who knocked him in on the boards. Now Riseborough's back on. Gabremont into Perreault. Perreault trying to center it. Stanfield cleared it to the other side. Riseborough coming out on the right wing at center. He dumped it in there wide into the corner. Here's Gainey. Gainey lost it. Keeping it in Lemaire, and he fired it away wide. Martin trying to get by Robinson, and Korab cleared it out for Perreault. He lost it. Lemaire up on the left side. Gainey over the line, and he whistled a shot high. Now Gainey going after it again. Here's Stanfield. Savard at the point stops it. There's the shot doing the split with Crozier. Martin at the line, cleared it out, stopped by Lemaire. He spun around, carries on, and a penalty coming up. There's a shot across the goal mouth. Dryden is out of the net. Back to Savard. There's the shot. He fired it wide. 6 attackers for Montreal. Another shot by Robinson. And finally, they stop the play. I think it's going to be Martin going off.
The 17:46 remaining in the second period. The score, the Buffalo Sabres 1, the Montreal Canadiens 0. Box at the 2:14 mark here in the second period. He was called on this play as he dumped Jacques Lemaire. Lemaire had made a good move to get inside that Buffalo line. The Canadiens came close standing with Dryden out. Mahovlich was the extra attacker.
Now there's Lafleur at the right point. Dumps it into the corner. Cournoyer missed it. Height clearing it for Luce. Luce gets an opening and shoots it down the ice. The power play alignment for the Canadiens: Peter, Mahovlich, Lafleur, Lambert, Lapointe, and Cournoyer. Ramsey and Luce up front for Buffalo. Schoenfeld on defense with Height. Now Lapointe clearing it into the corner. Crozier knocked it away from Mahovlich. It goes high into the air off Height's stick, and then it hit somebody else, went over the glass, and the face-off of the outside of the line.
And a happy souvenir grabber. Ivan Cournoyer holds a very noticeable, a very distinguished NHL playoff record. Get your pencils and papers ready, because we have a Stanley Cup playoff quiz coming up for you in the second intermission.
Now Height. He hit linesman Finn with it. Luce takes a long, weak shot, and it's Lapointe behind the net. Buffalo leading 1-0 into the second period. We have played now 3 minutes. Cournoyer driving up on the left side. Knocked away by Lapointe, waiting for Cournoyer to get onside. Gives it to Lafleur. Back to Lapointe. Lapointe is stopped by Luce. What a penalty killer he is. And he cleared it back into Canadiens territory. Now Lafleur to Cournoyer. Intercepted by Ramsey. Ramsey chasing. It's at the line. Lambert back to Lafleur. Lafleur and Schoenfeld. Buffalo making a change or two. They have Lorentz and Spencer on. Here come the Canadiens. Peter Mahovlich over the line, takes the shot. Lambert shoots it from the sharp angle through the crease. Cleared out over the line by Lorentz. Left in the penalty, and the Canadiens back group. Here's Lafleur in on the right side. Lafleur dropping it back. Cournoyer missed it. Korab upended by Mahovlich.
Pete Mahavlich, who came very close to scoring on the Montreal power play, now goes to the penalty box. 4 seconds remain in the penalty to Buffalo's Martin, with Mahavlich now in there. And this is why, as he hauled down Jerry Korab, who was moving out of his own zone. So the Sabres, in 4 seconds worth of time, will be the team enjoying the man advantage. 4:10, the time of the hooking penalty to Peter Mahavlich.
And there you get a good look at John D'Amico. In the other linesman, the referee, Ron Wick. Teams playing 5 aside. Now Martin is back on Buffalo with the advantage. There on the power play, and there's Carroll coming down. A great move, another great move. Carroll going in is called on the offside. And he is a scintillatingly exciting hockey player, number 11. Carroll, Stanfield, Martin, Gavremont, and Korab on the power play for Buffalo. Savard, Ori, Robinson, and Roberts. Out there for the Montreal Canadiens, Savard over to talk to Scotty Bowman. 1 minute and 47 seconds left in the Mahavlich penalty. Now Korab shooting it into Canadian territory. There's Robinson slashing it down the ice. Korab back. 4 checking Savard. Now 3 Sabres start out. 4 of them, 5 of them come to center. Martin going after it, going in on that left side. And Savard shoots it down the ice again. 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the penalty to Mahavlich. Now here's Carroll gathering speed down fast at center. Carroll over the line. He dropped it back. Gavremont shooting it in there for Martin. Martin back. Korab around the net to the corner to the other side. Carroll gives it to Gavremont. Back in it goes to Stanfield. Over to Korab. He shoots it. Roberts got his stick on it. Now Perreault playing it back to the point. Korab, another shot. It's ricocheted off Robinson. And Dryden was there. It came off Robinson, that shot.
Danny, this all started with that rush by Perreault. If they had a contest, they had one many years ago, the fastest man with the puck. How about Perreault is the choice? Here's that shot. Perreault fed the puck around on the boards, and there is the ricochet. Luckily for Dryden, toward him off Robinson, number 19, and the Canadiens goaltender covered up.
Is Perreault faster than Mosienko?
Well, there you go. Billy Mosienko won the contest many years ago. Really, is he faster than anybody right now when he gets wound up? Oof.
Well, I suppose today Perreault is faster than Mosienko. There's Martin shooting it, and Ori in front of the net. Here's Stanfield. His pass gobbled up by Lemaire, and he shot it wickedly down toward the corner. 33 seconds left in the penalty. Korab to Gavremont. Buffalo leading 1-0 in the second period off the boards. The Canadiens will get it. A point ahead to Sather. Sather ragging the puck back into his own zone. Now Don Ori ahead to Lemaire. Lemaire, one man back. Lemaire over the line. A hard shot. He was erratic with it again. Canadian shot on occasion have been very erratic. Now it's Lemaire knifing it back into Don Ori. Ori looks, clears it to center. Here's Korab on the move. The penalty is over. Stanfield has failed to get out of the Canadian zone, and that is an offside.
This game is coming to you from the Memorial Auditorium in Buffalo.
Face-off outside the Canadiens' blue line. 13:45 left in the second period. In the second period in Philadelphia, the Flyers 2, the Islanders no score. Here's Schutt working his way in there. He's hauled down. Height for a holding. Number 24.
Well, Big Bill Height and Larry Carriere both had a crack at Steve Schutt. And it's going to be Height who goes to the penalty box. So penalties playing a part here in this period so far, with the Canadians killing one as the period began. The carryover, and then it was Rick Martin, then Pete Mahovlich, and now it's Bill Haight for this tackle and shut as they battle their way down in the Buffalo zone.
6 minutes and 22 seconds, the time of the holding penalty against Haight. And we have Mahovlich, Lafleur, Shutt, LaPointe, and Lemaire on the power play. Luce and Ramsey, the penalty killers, Schoenfeld and Korab on defense, and it's cleared down the ice by Ramsey. Now the Canadians. LaPointe passed it to Lemaire. Ramsey lost his stick. He's out of the play. Goes to the bench to get a new one. Now Shutt's pass intercepted. Mahovlich blocked it. There's the shot by Mahovlich. Rozier on his knees, making the save. That is his 8th save. Dryden has been peppered with 16 shots.
Not much in the way of shots in this period so far. The Canadians now have had 3 to the Sabres 2. A change with Lambert taking over from Shutt on the left side on this power play. Danny Luce and Ramsey scored 15 of the Sabres' league-leading total of 17 shorthand goals this past season.
Luce against Mahovlich. Here's Lemaire, a shot. It goes off Korab. Korab winds it off the boards. LaPointe keeping it in. Over the other side, bouncing into the corner. Lafleur. Now it's Luce. Fails to clear it out. Lemaire backhands it in. Rozier to the other side. Now Peter Mahovlich comes up with it. He fakes the shot. He gets it back to Lemaire. There it is, and it's blocked. And Schoenfeld sprawling. Got it out to Luce. Back to Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld winds up with a shot, and Dryden kicked it to the corner. Luce over to Ramsey. Ramsey against Lafleur. Ramsey would like to get a whistle there, but the Canadians start out. Lafleur to center, down to the line. He fakes the shot. Lafleur still with it. Good moving. Back there, he cleared it in. Mahovlich missed it. Off the boards, and Luce doubles it down the ice again. And the Buffalo supporters giving particularly Luce and Ramsey a big hand for their defensive efforts. Here's Cournoyer in the corner. Korab is there. Ahead to Stanfield. Stanfield having difficulty picking it up. Now he gets it out over the line, and there are 15 seconds left in the penalty to Haight. Cournoyer coming ahead. It went off Stanfield. Here's Rysau. He knocked Lorentz down. Gainey working the corner. Shoots it to the side. Now it's loose in front of the net. Haight was back on the ice. He almost got a break there. Dryden holding on to the puck against Haight, and the face-off will be in the Canadian zone.
Kenny Dryden was in that should I or shouldn't I situation. When he grabbed the puck, he came out of his net quite a distance. Now here it comes here. Dryden out. Haight and Robinson there. Now what do I do with it, says Ken? Do I drop it? Oh, yes. Oh, no. Yes. No. No, I guess I'll hang on. And that's when the whistle went. Here we go again. You call that a new dance, a new skating style?
Richard is back in action. He is at center against McNabb. Sather mixing it up with Lorentz, who feeds it back into the corner for Buffalo. There's Savard going to the right side, ahead to Richard, and he just failed to come up with it. The Sabres leading here, 1-0 in the second period. Savard over to Robinson. He shoots it to the corner. Rozier around the net. Richard centered it. And McNabb was there to clear it, and he cleared it now down on the left side. Striding back is Savard. Checking number 21, Spencer. Now Lorentz almost got it there. It went back to the defense. Richard coming down in over the Buffalo line, working his way into the corner. He centered it, and Spencer gobbles it up for Buffalo. Now Sather keeping it in. And Carrier cleared it off the boards. That will be icing in all probability with
This Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from the Memorial Auditorium in Buffalo. Quiz.
Schoenfeld in behind Crozier to the right side. And it went by Lawrence and Ori. And Lafleur back in his own zone, cleared it out. Buffalo 1, Montreal no score. Schoenfeld feeding it in. Spencer is on the move. He's after Roberts. Now, McNabb to Lawrence. Look at front. The light went on. They scored!
From here, we're not sure if they scored the first time, Danny, but they certainly scored the second time with Spencer. Lawrence had that big chance when the Canadians, as they did on the goal by Luce, left the front of the net completely unguarded. Now, the light went on, but you'll see the puck come right back. Dryden down and out, and Spencer has nothing but a wide-open net.
Lawrence shot, and there was no question when Spencer fired at home. So Buffalo leading Montreal 2-0. 10:07 left in the second period. Now on the left wing, Gainey into Buffalo territory. Gainey around the net, right in front. Schoenfeld was there. And let's see. Eye sticking, the charge coming up here on a penalty to be assessed against Korab, I believe.
Korab gets the penalty at 9:57. Penalties have played quite a part in this period in really slowing it down somewhat because the penalty killers in both clubs have played well. But now Korab in the penalty box again, and the Canadians find themselves down by 2. Danny, a lot of people thought that with Crozier in there, the Canadians would really start firing that puck right from the opening whistle. They have not had a chance to. And they really haven't had very much at all in the way of decent scoring opportunities. They're giving the goal to Lawrence, Danny.
So that Lawrence shot went in, and the goal judge was right there. He put the light on. So credit the goal on the first shot and not to Spencer.
Fourth of the playoffs, scored by number 8, Jim Lawrence.
Lawrence gets it. Schoenfeld cleared it
Number
to
16,
the line
Peter
off the
McNabb,
Hoffich
and number
mistake.
21, Brian Spencer.
Lawrence from McNabb and Spencer. Now the Canadians trying to get their power play into effective operation. They fire it in there, and they race after it. Along the boards, Peter Mahovlich passing it back. Here's Lafleur giving it to Lapointe. Back in for Mahovlich. It's blocked. Now it's back in the corner. Lafleur to Mahovlich again. He sent it right in front. Here's Lemaire going in. He fired it. And a splendid save by Crozier. Now behind the net into the corner. Lambert to Peter Mahovlich. He looks for it. Height is trying to tie him up. Lafleur has it. Lafleur getting set for a pass. It goes to Lemaire. Back to Lafleur again over the other side. Lapointe making a shot, working his way in, giving it to Mahovlich. He shoots. They score! Did Lambert get his stick on it? And the Canadians have scored to make it 2-1.
First time tonight the Canadians have had anything sustained going inside the Buffalo line, and it was Pete Mahovlich slipping the puck across to Yvon Lambert. But a good job by Guy Lapointe. Don Luce without a stick, hanging on to Lapointe. Lapointe doesn't quite shake him. Luce is there. Well, I guess he did shake him. And here's Mahovlich now across the goal crease to Yvon Lambert. And Mahovlich and Lapointe assisting.
And Lapointe, the time 11:22.
Buffalo 2, Montreal 1. The Sabres, Martin shooting it in. Now Richard giving it to Robinson up on the left side to Gainey. Gainey coming up with Roberts. They shoot it in. Defenseman Robinson in there. Back to Gainey. He winds up a shot blocked by Crozier. Here's Roberts in the corner centering it. Richard has it on the other side. Back to Robinson. They shovel it into the crease, and Crozier is down. Roberts shoveled it into the crease, and Crozier was there to smother it.
11:22 the time of that goal. Lambert from Mahovlich and Lapointe, who draws his first assist of the playoffs. Roberts with the shot across the goal crease area. And when it came back in after the shot from Richard, Roberts and Carrier started to shove just a little bit. The pass from Richard, the shot from Robinson, rather. And there is Crozier. Danny's made some pretty good stops of late.
8 minutes and 6 seconds left in this, the second period. The next game Thursday in Montreal, and then the fourth Saturday. And it'll be a noisy place, Montreal, Saturday night. A strong contingent of Buffalo fans going to Montreal for that one. These are tremendous hockey fans here in Buffalo.
Danny, this is Sabre country right now. You know, they've got a lot of good sports heroes in this area. They've got the Juice, O.J. Simpson in football, Bob McAdoo, big scorer in the NBA. But right now, all you see and hear and read about the Buffalo Sabres. The signs in the store windows, works.
With football, basketball, and hockey so successful, why not Major League Baseball? Now it's back to Don Ory. His shot blocked by Lorentz. Ahead of goal. Here's Spencer in on the right side. Spencer cutting, jammed into the play by Ory. Roberts the shot. Ahead to Mahovely for Cournoyer. Cournoyer in the left side. The shot. Crozier comes up with another enormous save. Here's McNabb. McNabb around the net. Don Ory failed to keep it in. Buffalo leading Montreal 2-1. Now Mahovely working down to the line. Stick handling. The shot. A low drive wide. Johnfeld taken into the boards by Mahovely. Just to recap again for you, 7:28 left in the second period. Buffalo 2, Montreal 1. And it's going to be Lemaire against Harrell. Robinson and Savard in over the line. From the face-off, they fight for it. It goes into the corner. Gaberman to Height. Height starting out with Martin. Martin chasing it into the center ice area to Harrell. He slices into the corner. There's a shot by Martin. It went off Stanfield and bounced crazily there in the crease. And Dryden had to be very, very quick.
Penalties have upset the apple cart a bit here tonight, disrupting patterns that the teams may have planned, but the line of centered by Jacques Lemaire has checked Perreault's line all the way through almost.
Now it's Robinson ahead to Lafleur. Lafleur winds up, takes the shot. That was a very, very sharp angle. And Crozier was there. And the little fellow, the balding netminder, he's only 33. He's a veteran. And he has been playing very well.
Danny, he's got that style, you know, you start bringing back memories that we haven't seen much of him lately, where he wanders, he goes out a lot, moves back in with the shot. Somebody called it the heart-stopping style. That's for the home fans.
That actually was not a shot on goal. He took it at the side, right out in front. It comes to Lafleur, and it was blocked in front by Gaberman. Number 22 got in front of that quick shot by Lafleur. Gainey falls. Now the Sabres throw them down. Martin coming in with Perreault. Martin shoots it. He waited too long. And Savard got over there and deflected it. And that happens so often, Dick, when they bring that stick back for the slap shot.
Sort of things plagued the Canadians in the first period, but Dryden didn't have to face a shot that time. Savard played that one perfectly. Robinson had caught up to the play. By the time Martin let the shot go, it was no longer a 2-on-1. It was a 2-on-2.
Philadelphia 3. New York no score late in the second period. Now Perreault and Richard are bounced away from the face-off ceremony. Robert goes in. He gets some instructions from Robinson. Stanfield, the face-off man for Buffalo. And Savard has it up off the board. Here's Taylor with it. Taylor the long shot. Roberts into the corner, trying to center it. And Perreault turning. Coming down over the line with Stanfield. Perreault around the net. Perreault still has it. Back it goes to Korat. To the other side, and it's not over the line. John Bolt cleared it in, and here's Richard. Richard. In it goes to Sather. Sather dropping it back. Now Robinson spins around into Richard. Richard centering it. And Stanfield wheels away with Perreault. Perreault chasing it, coming in on the line. Couldn't get by Savard. Here's Richard. Back to Savard. Savard is over the line. Now Savard getting set. Shoots it. And he hits Sather in front of the net. Harrell is there for Buffalo. Harrell got away from Richard with an excellent move. Harrell takes the shot. He rattled it off Savard's leg. Dryden clearing it to the other side. Here against Richard. They fight for it on the board. Robinson hit Martin. Now then Savard at center ahead on the right wing. Schoenfeld is chasing it. Richard is watching him. Here's Schoenfeld pulling away from Richard. Coming to center, in over the line. Ran into Bouchard. Lambert over to Tremblay. He lost it. Lambert picks it up down in over the Buffalo line. Lambert tried to center it. Buffalo with Luce. Coming out to center. Takes the shot right on. And Dryden gives it to the point. It's cleared it to the other side. Luce centered it. Now Bouchard flicked it ahead to Lambert. His last stop was recovered by Tremblay. And it's called on the offside. 4:46 left in the second period.
Game 3 in the series will be played in Montreal Thursday night, and we'll be on the air at 8 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. Game 3 from the Forum in Montreal.
Risebrough is centering for Lambert and Tremblay. There's Carrier in the corner. Up it goes to Ramsey. Ahead to Luce. Luce is going out there, cutting it on the left side. And he took the slap shot. Didn't get much on it, but it was on the target. Now the puck out over the line. Lambert gives it to Tremblay. Tremblay over the line. Tremblay getting set. He backhanded it in. Now LaPointe centering it. Cruiser stopped it. It's centered again. Lambert a shot. And he hit Gare. And it was gloved ahead. I think that's the reason why the play was stopped.
Play there, Lambert took the shot, but had he let that puck go back to Bouchard, he was in a much better position to wind up and let fly. Danny Gare had a pretty good opportunity off that rebound from the shot from Luce. The net was wide open, but Dryden had kicked it away. Now there was Lambert getting turned around, stopping the shot and letting it go. It was blocked. That's why the whistle went. Bouchard moved in and gloved it ahead. On that initial shot, Lambert would have been better off to let Bouchard move as he wanted to do and take the shot himself.
Down into the Canadian zone. Roberts laying it off the boards. It goes down the ice. Into the corner. Korath plays it to the other side. Peter Mahovlich takes Schoenfeld in on the board. Now Spencer couldn't pick it up. Roberts shoots it back in. Korath over to Schoenfeld, out to McNabb. McNabb ahead to Spencer. Spencer still with it. Back in for McNabb. He centered it from the side of the net. It came to Mahovlich. Mahovlich with Cournoyer and shot Mahovlich over the line. And he's bowled over by the defense. Now it goes to Roberts. His shot knocked down by Schoenfeld ahead to Spencer. To McNabb to the Canadian line. Here's McNabb. Back to Spencer. The shot. Biden clearing it up on the wing for Mahovlich. Mahovlich is belted by Spencer. Here's McNabb. McNabb trying to get in front, and it rolls into Dryden. And Mahovlich was belted by number 21, Spencer. His stick went flying out of his hand.
And Peter tried to split Spencer and the other Sabre. Couldn't catch who it was. I think it was Spencer who did most of the damage right there. And down goes Pete. Way goes the stick. Dryden covered up on the play when the shot finally got to him. Pete's father is at the game.
Back it goes. Tight with the shot. It's high and wide. Into the corner. Savard clearing it. Martin keeping it in. Now it goes to Perro. He forced out over the line. Tight clearing it down on the left side. Savard after it. LaFleur finally picked it up. Here's LaFleur over on the far side. Goes to Lemaire. He snapped a shot into the corner. Heaney knocked it to the side of the net. Now Stanfield loses it. Lemaire. Here's the throw right in front of the net. And it was blocked by defenseman Height. Arrow clearing it into the center ice area. LaFleur back in on the right side, and Height rolled it back out over the line. Quite a hockey player for a rookie, number 24, LaFleur. Over to Lemaire. He rolled it wide. LaFleur goes to the corner. Behind the net to Gainey. Gainey getting set to Lemaire, and it was poked away by Perreault. Now, it's Gabriel. Canadians tying up the Sabres, and the Sabres clear it down the ice, and they're going to be called for icing with 1:29 left.
Canadians have opened up considerably after that rash of penalties early in the period, and both teams playing that way, but Canadians in particular, and they have dominated things for the most part from about the 5 or 6 minute mark on, and they have scored the goal, make it 2-1. And there it is, 1:49 left in the second period.
Richard, Roberts and Sather, Luce, Ramsey, and Gare, the line for the Sabres. Buffalo getting the draw. Korat out on the left side. And then Ramsey's pass. Ori back to LaPointe. LaPointe returns it to Don Ori up ahead for Richard. Taylor gets it, and it's outside, and they'll bring it back to LaPointe inside the Canadians' line for the faceoff.
Glenn Sather, the disturber, as some people call him, is tonight playing in his 67th playoff game in the National Hockey League. He has yet to score a playoff goal.
Ramsey tipping it back. There's Schoenfeld hitting Roberts. Now they're at close quarters. LaPointe feeding it in on the left side. Korat playing it off the boards. Richard couldn't hold it. Now Richard takes Schoenfeld in on the board. Sather with it. Sather back in for Richard. Here's Richard. Back to the point of Don Ori. Back in it goes around the net. Up on top of the board. Schoenfeld belted Roberts. They jostle in the corner. Here's Richard with it. Richard getting set for a pass. Richard getting it back. LaPointe, a weak shot. And finally the Sabres starting out. It goes to Gare. Gare over the line. A pass for Ramsey. It rolls into Dryden. And with 43 seconds left in the second period, the faceoff will be to the right of Dryden.
This loose combination, the line center by Don Luce, has been pretty dangerous. That time they rolled the puck to Dryden. They did not get a good shot away as Gare carried it down the right side. Luce didn't get control of the puck, as you see. Taken out by LaPointe. Dryden made the save. But Danny had looked back there just prior to that. The work by Richard. Boy, oh boy.
Buffalo 2, Montreal 1. And this is a pivotal game for the Canadians. They want a break here in Buffalo. They'll have to win this one to get a break. Now it's center. Out it comes to center. Buffalo having won that opening game in overtime. Gaberman clearing it in. Now Robinson behind the net. It goes along the board. Out over the line. At center. Loose puck. Lemaire goes to the line. He's knocked down, and it's called on the offside. 17 seconds left.
And you mentioned the pivotal game. I think the Canadians have to win here tonight if they hope to win the series. If they do not, they will then be in a position of having to win 4 out of 5 against a team which, to date, they have not beaten this season.
And right now, Buffalo leading by 1, 2-1. It goes to center. Here's Robinson planning on the pass. Finally, it goes in, and another offside against the Montreal Canadiens. 13 seconds left. And as they move toward the end of this period, there's been more post-checking, I think, in this period, particularly in the last part. But the Canadians probably at times have had their best offensive effort going. Now coming in on the left side. There's Lemaire taking the shot right on. A big save by Cruzier, and the period is over.
Shots on goal in the period by the Canadians 12 for a 2-period total of 17, and by the Sabres 6 for a 2-period total of 20. From the Memorial Auditorium in Buffalo, the Stanley Cup playoffs.
New York 4-0.
And the fourth Flyers goal, Rick McLeish from Clark and Bladen, a power play goal. They're in the third period.
From the faceoff, Gare goes to the right wing, and he clears it into Montreal territory. To the point, playing it on the right side. Tremblay couldn't get it. Schoenfeld knocked it ahead. Bouchard to Lambert, and he shoots it in. Along the left wing from the corner now. Tremblay bumped by Schoenfeld. They jam in on the boards, and the play is stopped. Scoring in this hockey game for Buffalo, Luce and Laurent. And Lambert for Montreal. Risebrough at center against Luce. Luce got the draw to Schoenfeld. He twists and turns in the corner, played it to the left side. Ramsey was bumped by Lapointe. It's fed back in. There's Korab clearing it to center. Lapointe ahead to Lambert, over for Risebrough, and it's called on the offside.
Well, Nick Risebrough got involved in a hassle in this game, which of course is not new for the rookie who set an all-time Canadian single-season team penalty mark. The dugout of Kitchener very much unheralded when the training camp began, but as soon as it began, you could tell that he was for real, and of course he won a spot with the club after just a very brief time down in Nova Scotia.
And now it is Richard with Sather and Roberts. Buffalo clearing it over the line. Lapointe knocked it to center. Korab feeds it back in. Here, Ramsey and Luce move in on the Canadians, and Lapointe from behind the net works on the right wing out to Roberts. He gets tied up. Now Roberts over on the other side. Here's Buffalo bringing it back in. Ramsey. His pass is stopped by Bouchard. Now it's Ramsey again. In it goes to Gare. Quick shot offside and high into the air. And Gare taken into the boards by Richard and Roberts. That was a quick shot by Gare. Buffalo keeping it back in. In there goes Lucy, sent it right in front. There's another shot. They score!
Craig Ramsey, who had lost his helmet on the play, scores the goal. The Canadians could not get the puck out. The Sabres kept on top of them. The rebound comes up. You'll see Ramsey come in from the top of your screen. What a shot that was. He fired it back in the opposite direction, and he got it up high with Dryden again on the ice. And at 1:27 here in the third period, the Sabres, who, Danny, had been set back in the second period as the Canadians began to take over, have now opened the gap again to 2 as they lead it 3-1 with that goal early here in the third. And that could be a very large goal.
So it is Buffalo 3, Montreal 1 in the third period. Savard slammed it on the board. Schoenfeld returned it. Savard over to Lafleur. Lafleur over the line, winds up the shot off Schoenfeld's leg. Now Korab clearing it ahead to Perreault. Stanfield has it over to Martin, cutting it on the left side. The shot, the rebound. Cleared back to the point. Schoenfeld shoots it. Rebound right in front. Perreault's shot hit Robinson. And the Sabres furiously attacking here in the early stages of the third period. Korab knifed it into the corner. Robinson in there for Montreal. Perreault after him. Here's Robinson starting out. He has Gainey with him and Lemaire. Broken up by Martin, who cleared it back over the line. Now then Robinson for Montreal. Ahead it goes. Gainey at the line. Gives it off to Robinson. Martin got it through center down the ice, and Gainey strides back for Montreal. Montreal and Buffalo making changes while the play goes on, and the Canadians with Lafleur on the right wing at center. In over the line. Cleared to the boards by Gabriel, and is picked up by Spencer. Spencer back, lines up for the shot, and he was dominated by Lafleur. Now then McNabb. Back in it goes to Spencer. He centered it. And Lemaire starts away from Montreal with Lafleur. He dumped it into the corner and then goes to the Canadiens bench. Gavremont ahead. Now Gavremont gets it again. Cleared it in on the right side. In behind the net, Roberts played it over for Schott. He's being watched by Laurent. In on the board. Spencer trying to barge his way along the board. Don Orey clearing it to Roberts. Roberts spins around to get away from McNabb. Now Roberts ahead to Shutt. Shutt gives it to Cournoyer, taking the shot offside.
With 16:27 remaining in the third period, the score, the Buffalo Sabres 3, the Montreal Canadiens 1.
Scored by number 10, Craig.
He wasn't worrying about the lost helmet as long as he fired that puck into the net to give Buffalo a 3-1 lead. Now Cournoyer couldn't get through. Here's McNabb in over the Montreal line to Laurent. He's taken up the play by Shutt. Peter Mahovlich coming down at center. Mahovlich over the line. Winds up, takes the shot, they're ready to goal. He tied it from Essed and he lost it. And then he hit the side of the net. Great moves by Mahovlich. Mahovlich feeding it behind the net again. Canadians trying to keep it in. Mahovlich ran into Schoenfeld. The goal is on the other side of Orey. Orey slipped it in. Mahovlich is caught up in the net. Now it's back. Roberts takes a shot. Here's Korat ahead, and they're going to try to disentangle Peter Mahovlich.
What a scoring chance he had when he walked in all alone, but he didn't get a shot away. And Peter, he's not hurt on that play. Here it comes. Schoenfeld had fallen. Now here's Mahovlich. Goes to the forehand and fans. Crozier out of position, and he did not get the shot on the net. As Danny mentioned, he hit the side of the net. And then as the play came back in behind, Mahovlich threw a check at Schoenfeld. Now, wait a minute here. They're calling over to the benches, and Frankie Christie, the Buffalo trainer, has come out onto the ice. And I think they're motioning that they are pizza. And they're motioning that they need somebody to sew up the net. Would that be Larry's boatload of knitters? No, I won't. No, I said I wasn't going to leave that one.
You said it, Dick. You cannot retract.
Here at the Memorial Auditorium in Buffalo, the Sabres have opened up a 3-1 lead over the Canadians. The goal in this period, Buffalo's third, Ramsey, from Gare and Luce at 1:27. We have a National American magazine here tonight with the place lit and cameramen. I don't know if that gentleman was part of their crew. And we had a hold-up in the second period when the glass broke at one end of the rink, or the end to our left, and now down to our right, and the Buffalo net needs a repair job, and there is an excellent camera shot.
10 seconds of play having transpired in the third period. And Buffalo came out accentuating offense in this period. And they got the goal, a big one. They lead by 2-3-1. Now it's loose against Mahovlich. A shot right on the rebound to Peter Mahovlich. He couldn't get a good shot away. And then it was cleared out. It went into Crozier, but it didn't have too much on it. It was off the heel of Mahovlich's stick. Now Schoenfeld clearing it to the left side, and it goes to the Canadiens bench and then back onto the ice.
Canadians get their first shot, and I think it was Jerry Korab who cleared it out when the rebound got in behind Crozier. Well, there's a fellow who has scored in this period, Craig Ramsey. I've just been advised that Major Conn Smythe is in attendance at the game tonight. Conn Smythe attending a game in Buffalo for the first time.
Now Korab swings it over on the left side to Schoenfeld. Shot is after Schoenfeld. Mahovlich moved in. Buffalo clearing it out. Luce coming down with Schoenfeld over the line. The defenseman Schoenfeld, number 6, got in there too quickly.
And you mentioned Luce and Schoenfeld. Both of those fellows have had good games tonight. And Luce doing a lot of work on that third goal. And there is Schoenfeld talking with Ted Darling today, our former Hockey Night in Canada Montreal host, who is the voice of the Sabres. I said, what player would you say in your club could be classed a leader? And after not too much hesitation, Ted said Schoenfeld. 22, the youngest captain in the NHL.
And he is a rock singer. Quite a fair number of albums. Now Bouchard shooting it into the corner. Buffalo clearing it back out. Lapointe for Tremblay, swept in by Ramsey, and Luce was stranded in the Canadian zone. 14:56 remaining. It would appear now with the 2-goal lead that Buffalo is going to do that forechecking, try to stay up on top of the Canadians.
They're playing two men short, as it were. Michel Didziel and Maurice Titanic are both in uniform, replacing the injured Rick Dudley and the ailing René Robert. But they have not seen any action.
But things have been Titanic so far for Buffalo. Robinson in behind the net. McClure is number 10. Now Robinson clearing it off the boards. It goes to center. Carrier giving it to Martin. Here's Martin going down on the line. In on the left side. Played it to the boards. Martin getting set. He's right in there. Stanfield cruising in front. Failed to make contact. Here's Daney down on the left side. In over the Buffalo line. Daney in there. He's bumping out to the ice by Stanfield. Here comes Gaberman. Ahead to Stanfield. Over to Perreault. Perreault over the line. The shot. The rebound. Martin shot it. And he was being checked by Lemaire. It's on the mesh. And the play stops.
All right, the faceoff is going to be in the Canadian zone. The Canadians don't like that call. Martin had shot the puck, although Savard made an effort to stab at playing it when it was up against the mesh. Lemaire against Perreault. Lemaire's played pretty well in the game here. He had 10 shots on goal on Sunday. Danny Leclerc has had only 1 shot on goal in this game so far. And that is far below his normal output.
Schoenfeld and Korab across the Canadians line for the faceoff. It goes to Dryden. Now Savard pushed it along the boards. Here's Schoenfeld shooting it a low drive wide. Stanfield shooting it into the crease, loose puck. Here's Schoenfeld with a shot. It rolls right in front. And lunging out there to grab it, Dryden.
The Sabres are doing to the Canadians at this point what the Canadians were doing to the Sabres for the most part of the second period. And Dryden has had to be very alert. The Sabres controlling the puck in the Montreal zone. We see it here now. The connection, as it is tonight, with Stanfield replacing Robert. The shot comes in from Schoenfeld, and Dryden on the deflection covers up. They have outshot Montreal 10-1 so far in this third period.
Now Perreault getting it back to Martin. A weak shot. It was wide. He couldn't get it teed up properly. He was being checked. Cournoyer's pass deflected by Schoenfeld and Mahovlich. Back at his own line. Mahovlich is shot off his leg. Now it's Martin. In his own zone, got away cleverly from Cournoyer. Martin over to Stanfield. It's centered off the boards to Perreault. He shot it around the net. This line buzzing around in the Canadian zone. Martin losing it. He was upended by Don Orey. Here comes Mahovlich. Cut away from Perreault. Mahovlich dropping it back to Cournoyer. Over to Don Orey. There's the shot. And he hits Stanfield with it. On the board. Flat back in by Mahovlich. Cournoyer trying to center it. To the line it comes. Roll back in by Lapointe. Korab cleared it up on the left side. 12:50 left in the third period. Cournoyer offside. There is Korab. And John Orey dropping his stick.
Sabres and their fans a lot more worked up at this point than they were through most of the middle period. Jerry Korab, as we pointed out on Sunday, a much improved hockey player, arriving here by Chicago and Vancouver.
Have you checked yours, Dick?
The trouble with that one signboard, the A's are coming out like a P. There's a beauty shop in town has an ad up there. Been trying all night to get it right. There's Toe Blake, top of your screen. Very glum.
Height giving it to Gabremont. Ahead to Lorentz. He shoots it in on the left wing. Spencer going in, and Dryden clears it on the boards to Chad. McNabb giving it to Spencer. Back there for a shot by Lorentz. Then it was blocked by Dryden. Now Lorentz still with it, and he missed McNabb with the pass. Sabres right up on top of the Canadians, who are forced to clear it out, and Gabremont feeds it back on the left side. Here's Spencer, and it is offside. Tremblay and Spencer had words. And now it's Height and Riseborough. who gave some indication that they might start swinging. 12:15 left in the third period. Buffalo 3, Montreal 1.
Brian Spencer thought he had his first playoff goal in that second period, but they awarded the goal to Lawrence on that first shot when the light went on. But appeared from some angles to have hit the goalpost, but they gave the goal to Lawrence on the first shot. Spencer playing regularly tonight. He is one of the fellows filling in the injury situation. Didn't see much action on Sunday.
Richard is centering for a shot on Lafleur. Lafleur over to Robinson. Robinson's pass is stopped by Lawrence. Here's Lawrence trying to move in there. He and Robinson go to the ice. McNabb centering it. Canadians starting out. Well, they don't get very far. Shot just cleared at the center. It's returned in by Hyde. Now it's Lafleur. Lafleur with Richard on the far wing. Here's Richard trying to pick it up. He can't, and again Buffalo takes over. They clear it back in there on the offside. They're just staying up there and pumping it back in.
This game is coming to you from the Memorial Auditorium in Buffalo.
Yeah. Sabres 3, Canadians 1, 11:45 left, third period. Luce, Ramsey, and Gare, the forward line for Buffalo. Richard, Lafleur, and Schutt still on for Montreal. Face-off near the center ice. Face-off spot. Horace taking a long shot into Dryden. LaPointe in there, and again you see these forwards moving in. They try to break up the Canadians. They force them to shoot it out. Now it's returned in by Ramsey. Gare against Bouchard, and Richard has it. Richard around the net, giving it to Lafleur. Knocked off the stick by Ramsey. Dryden clearing it over to Schutt. Schutt had a pass go off Gare's leg. Down the ice it goes. Trying to center it. Backhand shot by Richard. Missed the target. Now Bouchard with a shot. Here's Schutt getting set. Oh! He ripped the shot. They score! Richard! Richard firing it home. And the Canadians back into the thick of things. One goal separating them.
It'll be interesting to see what this goal does to the tempo of the game. The Sabres had been dominating the Canadians. There's the shot by Steve Schutt. The rebound goes to Richard, and Korab and Crozier both go down. They get tangled up a bit. And Henri Richard scores his first goal of this playoff year in only his second game. So it's Richard from the angle off to the right of Crozier as Crozier faced the play. And he fired it home low. Exactly 11 minutes left in regulation time. The Sabres lead 3-2.
Carrier's pass intercepted by Robinson. Robinson over Skateson. Here's Stanfield coming back in. Stanfield getting set, shoots at the rebound in front. And Robinson cleared it away. Gainey starting out on the left side. Over it goes to Lafleur. Here's Lafleur feeding it in front. Gavremont for Buffalo, starting out with Martin. Up for Martin. He couldn't pick it up. Robinson for the Canadians. He hit Gavremont. Robinson and Gavremont after it. And Gavremont on top of the puck.
Goal came at exactly 9 minutes, and we get another look at it as the puck comes in from Bouchard to Schutt. Schutt's high shot stopped. Now there's Crozier and Korab both sprawling, but in vain. And the pocket rocket has career playoff goal number 49. 3-2, Buffalo leading.
On the face-off, LaPointe getting it ahead to Gainey. Gainey over the line, rubbed in on the boards by Gavremont. Lafleur taken in by Carrier. Now it goes near LaPointe, and LaPointe has it. Takes the shot. Gainey ran into Crozier. There it is in front. Gavremont goes to the ice against Lafleur. And again, they'll get a face-off in Buffalo territory. Less than 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Last 1 second.
So the Canadians, Stanfield had a good chance after the Richard goal. Gainey into the goal crease with Crozier. He was involved in the spill which injured Desjardins. and they finally cover up on the play in behind, but the Canadians came close.
It's Mahavlich shutting Cournoyer for Montreal. Spencer, Laurent, and McNabb. Back to Cournoyer. His shot blocked by Spencer. Here's the point over the other side of Savard. A weak shot. Korab knocked it to the board. Now in there goes Laurent. Laurent feeding it around the net to Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld out to McNabb. McNabb at center, clearing it into the corner. And in there goes Savard. McNabb after Cournoyer, passed it across the goal mouth. Got knocked it out, picked up by Mahavlich over the line with the point. Mahavlich feeding it in behind the net. Korab to the other side. Laurent to McNabb. McNabb down on the right wing, overskated it. It's poked ahead by Savard. Mahavlich after Schoenfeld shut. Routed in on the outside.
Series now switches back to Montreal after this one tonight, Thursday and Saturday nights. And we'll be on the air on the full network at 8 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time for games 3 and 4. Brought to you from the Forum in Montreal. The Flyers have defeated the Islanders at the final score now, 4-0. Wayne Stevenson getting the shutout. Bernie Parent was injured in the pregame warm-up.
Risebrough, Tremblay, and Lambert. It is still the McNabb line for Buffalo. Roberts shooting it in. Now the Canadians move in. Buffalo can't get out. Tremblay swung it over to the other side. Now it's back to the point. Don Orey stand on it. Buffalo trying to move out. They finally get to center. McNabb ahead it goes to Laurent. Here's Laurent. Laurent getting set. Back to the point to Height. There's a shot to the side of the net. And Dryden holds on with McNabb cruising in.
This Stanley Cup playoff game is coming to you from the Memorial Auditorium in Buffalo.
Seconds. 10 seconds. Or
8 minutes and 42 seconds to play in the third period. Buffalo 3, Montreal 2. Loose against Risebrough, and Tremblay moved before the puck was dropped, so they'll execute that operation once again. Another capacity crowd, 15,863. Loose's shot wide from the faceoff. Bouchard clearing it down on the left side. After it goes Korab. He played it back into the corner. Here's Lambert with it. He tried to center it. Tremblay knocked it down, took a shot that goes off a leg. Here's Danny Gare with Loose at center. Gare shooting into the corner. Ramsey after Tremblay. Back to the point to Schoenfeld. Here come the Canadians. The point over to Risebrough. Risebrough going in. He shoots. He does. Another shot. They got it all. Crozier coming up with a scintillating effort for the Buffalo Sabres.
Fine stop by Crozier. The rebound came to the fellow who shot the puck, Doug Risebrough. Here it comes. Risebrough from the right side. Lets it go. Now there's the rebound. He's got the top of the net. He tries to shovel the backhand, but he put it low, and he got it up high. He had Crozier at his mercy, but he could not lift it. And the Buffalo team covered up on the scramble that followed.
Now then it's Richard facing off. Number 11. Lambert, but it goes to Bouchard. Here's a break on the right side for Gare. Loose is coming up. Gare over to Loose, and a big defensive play there by Guy Lapointe. Here's Gare again, bumped by Lapointe. Richard cleared it to the other side. Tremblay starting out, broken up by Height. Now Richard picked up the loose pass. Richard coming down to the line. He lost it. In it goes on the right wing. Richard against Ramsey in the corner. Ramsey kicked it. Lambert gets it, try to center it. Loose ahead on the right side to Gare. Gare coming down on the line. Gare over the line. Still has it. Into the corner. Jammed in on the boards by Bouchard. They fight for it. The puck is loose. And Lapointe knocked it to the boards. Here's Martin centering it. And it's off a leg into the center ice area. Derriere knocking it off the glass into the corner. 3-2 the score with Buffalo leading Montreal. Just 7 minutes left in regulation time. Stanfield coming back. Facing it to the line with Martin broken up. And it's Richard in over the line. Richard to Lambert. He was checked by Perrault. Now Robinson on this side to Lafleur. He whipped his shot wide. Robinson dashing into the corner. Here's Lambert and Richard. Richard has it, still has it. It's loose in front of the net. And Buffalo starting away. Martin in on the left side with Stanfield. Here's Martin going in on goal! And he couldn't get a good shot away. He was tied up by Savard. And the Buffalo supporters thought there should have been a penalty on Savard. Now Gainey ahead to Robinson. To Richard over the line. It's dropped back. And Buffalo clears it out on the right side. Now Gainey chasing it to center. Ahead with Lafleur. Sean Feldt hit Martin with it, and Martin just cleared it down on the left wing. Martin was then bowled over by Gainey. Here's Lemaire. Lafleur has it. Outside. Robinson shooting it back in over the line. Here's Spencer shooting it. Lorentz trying to get it in front of the net. There goes McNabb. Robinson clearing it ahead for Gainey. Gainey starting out on the line, and the pass goes off the stick. Height clearing it back. Now Savard bringing it in, winds up with a shot, and it was wide. Canadians keeping it in. Lafleur couldn't pick it up. Here's Buffalo. However, John Ory knocked it back in from center. Spencer ran into Roberts. Here's McNabb into Canadians territory. McNabb is knocked to the ice by Lemaire. Roberts shoots it down on the right wing. Height is after it, and it is icing against Montreal with 4:51 left in the third period. Buffalo, the 3, Montreal 2.
Fans might have had a right to yell when Savard hauled down Richard Martin, but that time I don't think they really did. McNabb falling along the boards. There is the time remaining, 4:51. The Canadians trail by 1. Richard has scored to make it 3-2.
From the face-off, Roberts takes it to the right side. Mahovlich couldn't hold Cournoyer's pass, and Sean Feldt knocked it in. Offside.
Danny, that goal by Henri Richard gives him a total of 127 playoff points. He's 5th in the all-time list, and for those of you keeping track of such things, he is now 1 point ahead of his brother Maurice when it comes to playoffs. I don't think either of the brothers are going to be very much concerned about it.
The Rocket has, what, 82?
82 goals.
82 playoff goals. Don Ory over to Roberts. Ahead, Roberts missed Mahovlich. Down the ice it goes. And it is again icing against Montreal. 4:34 left in the third period.
You know,
excuse me, Dick.
They're saying the Canadians are using all 17 of their players that they have in uniform, exclusive of the 2 goaltenders. The Sabres are using only 14. I mentioned the 2 fellows up from Hershey. Also, Lee Fogelin, defenseman, has not seen service, but Scotty Bowman has used everybody pretty well all the way through this game.
The face-off, Roberts again was loose after him. Ramsey couldn't come up with it. Now it's Mahovlich shooting it into the corner. Lambert going in. And it's icing again, and these icing calls certainly not conducive to the A concerted offensive effort by Montreal, and right now they are in a similar situation to the situation that confronted them on Sunday. At this time on Sunday, time was a very prime and important factor, down a goal, and they are down a goal now with only 4:23 left in the third period. In the face-off, Luce trying to center it, Mahovlich to the left side. Here's Lambert. He'll shoot it in. The Canadians racing in after it. Ramsey playing it back. And a hike. Here it is down the ice. It will be icing this time against the Sabres. And so Montreal will be able to send everybody into Buffalo territory.
Hey, has changed their defense with Savard and Lapointe coming on. Everything else remaining the same.
Don Luce, Ramsey, and Danny Gare remain on for Buffalo. Again, Luce gets the draw. He's a master at getting that draw. Up on the right side, Gare can't get out. And it's held there for another face-off. And the second kick on relentlessly as we take a look at Savard, number 18 for Canadians. And the face-off, back it goes. Now it's lugged up by Abramov. He comes into the center ice area, rolls it to the far right side, and Mahovlich puts it back into his own zone. Buffalo 3, Montreal 2. A point. Ahead to Lambert to Cournoyer. Here's Cournoyer down on the line. He's kicked it in. Along the boards it goes. Ramsey played it back in behind the net. Abramov tried to clear it out. Couldn't. He gets another shot at it. He lost it. Lambert tried to pick it up. Now it's to the right side and out over the line. Back into his own zone, Lapointe. Lapointe leading the attack for the Canadians while the Sabres are making changes. Into Lambert, a shot to the side of the net. Perreault cleared it back to the point. Richard a shot, and he hit Perreault. Now Perreault going after it to center, and Lapointe slapped it ahead. Here's Martin over the line, and he lost it to Savard. To Richard. Richard into Sabre territory. Richard centering it, and Schoenfeld took it to the corner. Now into the boards they go. Lafleur and Richard going after corner. They jostle behind the net. Perreault getting away from Schutt. Out over the line with Stanfield and Martin. Over to Stanfield. Stanfield to Perreault. Leading shot! And a miraculous save by Dryden. What a play by Perreault and Stanfield.
This game is coming to you from the Memorial Auditorium in Buffalo. With 2:27 left in the third period, the Sabres had a great scoring chance as Fred Stanfield and Gilbert Perreault combined. First the pass from Perreault to Stanfield. And number 11, Perreault, gets in behind the Canadiens' defense. He redirects the pass, but right to Dryden, who hangs up on the play.
From the face-off, it goes to the boards. Robinson. The other side to Lafleur. He cleared it out over the line. Gavremont knocking it back. Here's Lafleur starting down for Montreal. Lafleur playing it into the corner. Chasing in there is Schutt behind the net. Schutt now up along the board. Buffalo starting out. Martin into the center ice area. He lost it and Stanfield has it. 2 minutes left in the third period. Pike shooting it in for Buffalo. In there goes Roberts from Montreal on the left wing is Schutt. Schutt knocked him through center. Now Lafleur going after it. Lafleur stopped by Schoenfeld. Here's Perreault coming up, and he ran into Robinson, who took him out of the play, and they both went to the ice. Now Lapointe. Ahead it goes. Lemaire shooting it off to the corner. In there goes Luce with 1 minute and 32 seconds left. Luce playing it off the glass. Down the ice it goes. Luce going after it. Into the corner, but Lapointe takes over. 3-2 to score. Buffalo leading. Now it's at center. Schoenfeld feeding it back in there. And the Sabres move in. Now Robinson getting it out over the line. Schoenfeld has it for Buffalo. Goes to the right side. He lost it. And it's recovered by Ramsey, who has the big goal to this point, the go-ahead goal. Into the corner. 1 minute left in the game. And now the Canadians will try to get down the ice to get Dryden out. Cournoyer lost it. And Richard has it. Richard. Here it goes. There's a shot by Gare. And he was wide with it. The Sabres on top of the Canadians. And it's rolled back in by Korat. In it goes. It's called for icing. He'd like to have that one over again, Dick. He didn't want to do that. And now that will give Montreal the opportunity to lift Dryden face off to the right of Crozier.
Korat could have taken his time. He could have crossed the red line before shooting it in. That's easy to say and talk about when you're where we are. A lot tougher where he is. There is the empty Montreal net. 37 seconds remain. Well, I tell you, Guy Lafleur has been flattened and flattened and flattened again in this third period, especially in the last few minutes. He was a very tired hockey player out there during that last stretch, but he's back out now. Korab in particular nailed him with an elbow back of that Buffalo net. Really jolted Lafleur. So the Canadians have Lafleur, Mahovlich, Savard, Lambert, Cournoyer, and Lapointe. Buffalo with Ramsey, Schoenfeld, Gare, the rookie, Luce, and Korab in front of Crozier. 37 seconds left.
Now Korab coming over to the Buffalo bench to talk to the coach, Floyd Smith. And this is a very tense moment in this hockey game. The one goal separating them, a 3-2. Now Ramsey came over too, and he's going back. Gare is talking to Luce. Schoenfeld talking to Ramsey. And they are discussing the strategy. And on the face-off, back it comes to Cournoyer. Cournoyer, a backhand shot blocked. Cournoyer couldn't get it out to center it. They jam into the corner, and there are 29 seconds left.
Danny, that couldn't have worked any better for Montreal. Lafleur won that draw cleanly right back to Cournoyer, but there's the fella Schoenfeld who blocked the shot, or the attempted shot, and made the big defensive play. Scotty Bowman now has Lapointe over at the bench. They're talking things over. Lapointe leaves. Pete Mahovlich back talking with Bowman. You see at the bottom of your screen that's Floyd Smith. He's up standing on the players' bench in the Buffalo players' bench area. Mahovlich now takes this drop against Luce.
And poised for the shot. Out of your picture, number 10, Lafleur. Let's see if Mahovlich wins it or Luce. Luce has been winning a lot of faceoffs. Back to Lafleur. He gives it to Lapointe. He lines up for the shot. Here it comes to the side of the net. The net was open with Crozier out. It came to the side. Crozier got there. And in the crease, Schoenfeld. And let's see, is it Lambert? It is.
Danny, that puck came back toward the net agonizingly slowly. After the first shot had gone back, there it comes, right back. I think it hit the referee. And Crozier managed to cover up with Schoenfeld, flattening Lambert as they collided in the goal crease. 21 seconds remain.
So here we go again, and this time it looks like Lafleur will take the face-off. Gare was over there again to talk to Coach Smith. Buffalo 3, Montreal 2, 21 seconds left in the third period. From the face-off, it goes to the corner. Korat clearing it out into the center ice area. It's shot back in offside against Montreal. Cournoyer to Mahovlich. Face-off will be down near the Canadiens' blue line, and just 13 seconds remain.
It was that kind of an offside, not one called at the blue line and the face-off there, but they go back to where the puck was shot from. And where in the draw was loose.
So now it goes the empty net. There's the shot. He scores! Danny Gare putting in it the open net. Buffalo leading 4-2.
Well, is that Don Luce done a job in the face-off tonight? Although that time, I guess when you look at it again, it was Lafleur because Luce never moved, but he shot it right to Gare. And there it goes into the empty net. With 10 seconds left at 19:50 in the third period, And the Sabres are going to go back to Montreal for Game 3 Thursday night, leading the series 2-0.
And Dick, they dominated the first period, then the Canadians, who you look at now, the Canadians came on strongly in the second period, but this has been Buffalo's period, the third. There's a pennant, and they tell you here in Buffalo, think Stanley Cup.
Danny Gehr's 5th playoff goal, his 7th straight playoff game in which he has scored a point. So he's having quite a rookie playoff season.
So with 10 seconds left, Buffalo 4, Montreal 2. Now the Canadians in over the line. The game is over. Buffalo 4, Montreal 2.
So the happy Sabres leave the ice, a standing ovation for the Buffalo team. And they move ahead 2-0. There's Captain Jim Schoenfeld with the toothless grin as he congratulates his teammates. Shots on goal in the third period by Montreal 10 for a game total of 27. By Buffalo 15 for a game total of 35 from the Memorial Auditorium in Buffalo, the Stanley Cup playoff.
Звенит в ушах лихая музыка атаки. Точней отдай на клюшку пас, сильней удар.
И все в порядке, если только на площадке. Великолепная пятерка и вратарь. Суровый бой ведет ли новая дружина. Мы верим мужеству отчаянных парней. В хоккей играют настоящие мужчины.